Well, hello. Welcome back to Texas Cooking Today. Welcome to my kitchen. Folks, if you've ever noticed, I do 2 videos for every single recipe. And there's one tutorial, there's one recipe version. This is the tutorial, okay? And we're going to get into the details of how to make rice pilaf here. But if you're just wanting the recipe and you want it real quick, watch that recipe version. Tutorial is for those looking to grow skills in the kitchen and learn how things happen and why they happen. That having been said, I've got some really great ingredients right here. This is some herbs, some spice, and good flavor when it comes to rice. Okay, I wanted something that had an herby and spicy flavor to it, a robust flavor to it, without having to add vegetables or anything like that. I wanted something that comes off of the spice rack, okay? And that's what we have here. A fantastic rice, the kind of rice you use makes a big difference. Folks, we're going to be using what's called basmati, and I'm using the real thing. It comes from India. You'll recognize it quickly. It'll say from India, and it'll be in a burlap sack, okay? It is delicious, and it's worth every penny you pay for it. Definitely try the basmati. And tell you what, let's get into the ingredients real quick. I'll show you everything that we're using, and we'll get right into making this fantastic rice dish. Come on, let's take a look. The ingredients we're going to use today are very simple. In addition to this fantastic Indian rice, basmati, we're going to be using 2 cups of beef broth, some olive oil, some onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, mustard seed, and a little bit of salt. And folks, this makes an excellent rice pilaf. Now let's get busy and make this a very simple dish. When I'm making a rice pilaf, it's a very simple thing. I don't make this hard, okay? And you shouldn't either. Simply take that rice, put it right here. We're going to add our beef broth. Very nice. Some cooking oil. I like to use olive oil. It's really nice in this. Now we have our onion powder. Let's get that in here. That garlic powder. Sometimes it sticks to those bowls. The ground mustard. That oregano, yeah. And it doesn't take a lot of salt. You only need about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That's it. And get it all stirred, okay? Oh yes. Now we're talking. All I have to do is get a flame under this. There we go. And bring it up to a boil. I want to bring it to a boil as quickly as possible. So I'll keep a good high flame there. As soon as it starts coming to a boil, I want to cover it with a lid and then just let it cook. Now I've got to say something about this. In addition to always keeping rule number 1, which is 2 parts liquid to 1 part rice, always use that ratio. In addition to that, we want to consider the cook and how we do the cook. If you are constantly opening the lid and checking the rice and stirring it, it'll never cook properly. You have to leave it alone. The minute it starts to boil and you reduce the temperature, you put a lid on it and you leave it alone. You don't check it, you don't look at it, you don't stir it, you don't do anything to it, you just leave it alone. When you're doing that, you're going to end up with a rice that comes out right. Okay, very simple. So you cook it, it takes about 12 to 15 minutes. When you see the steaming slow down, open your lid and pull back the rice just a little bit. And when you look at the bottom of the pan, there's either going to be liquid there or not. If there's not any liquid, the rice is finished cooking. If there is liquid there, then you need to cover it and let it finish. Okay, and don't do anything else to it besides just check. All right, and do that, like I said, at about the 12 to 15 minute mark, right in that neighborhood. The other thing is when you are cooking the rice with the lid, make sure your burner is at a very low temperature. All right, it's at a low simmer, and that's all it really takes to cook rice and cook it well. All right, very simple. We have a beautiful combination right there. I just have to wait for it to come to a boil, and I can put my lid on it. As you can see, I have it boiling nice and pretty now. Check that. Oh yeah, look at that. So everything's up and cooking the right way. I need to reduce my temperature to a low. There we go. When I cover this, it's going to finish doing its own thing. Okay, so just let it, give it plenty of time. It takes about 12 to 15 minutes. And as I said, once the steaming is done, you check the bottom of the pan. Just pull back a little of the rice, not much, and look at the bottom. And if it's got water in it, keep cooking, and if not, you're done. Okay, that's all it takes. Let's take a look at what we have going on here. We'll pull back just a little bit of this rice. Hopefully you can see down the bottom. Okay, there's no activity in the bottom, it's bare. Okay, so this is finished, ladies and gentlemen. All I have to do is give it a stir, and frankly, the rice is done. The quantity of everything that we've used today, we started with a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, 2 cups of beef broth, 1 cup of that beautiful basmati rice, look at that. And on our herbs and spice here, we used onion powder. That was 1.5 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard, and 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And that's all it takes to make excellent, excellent rice that works with almost any dish. Now let's take a look at what it made. Come on. Let's go ahead and give this just a light stirring. That way we can distribute all of our spices and herbs that kind of cooked up into one location, as you saw. Don't worry about that though. This, fantastic rice right there. All I need to do is just give it a little bit of time to rest for a few minutes, and then it's ready to serve on up. Fantastic recipe. Right there. That is our rice pilaf. Now, you know the cool thing, we have a beautifully herbed, spiced rice. It's light, it's delicate, it falls gently apart. The flavors are not overwhelming. It's good. And this will work with steak, pork, fish, whatever you want to put it with. I guarantee you're going to like this little recipe. Very simple, worth your time. Definitely give this one a try. I'm going to be putting mine with some fish in a little bit. It's going to be really good. So give yours a try, and thank you very much for watching. Please look in the description box. I've got some information there about why I do what I do the way I do it. And then also more information on where you can get the recipes, where you can pick up those recipes and print them out and find wonderful stuff. So folks, that's down there. That's S.A.Trotter.com. Please check that out. And if you would, please take a look at the rest of my videos on Texas Cooking Today. Please subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button. And also, if you would, please just have a very good day. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. I wanted to mention to you my recipes. Yes, I sell my recipes. Okay, look, some people, they give the recipes out for free and they charge for the tutorial. So I do it the opposite on YouTube. You get the tutorial for free, I charge for the recipe. I did a lot of work, a lot of writing, a lot of extra stuff that goes with this, okay? Come over a little closer, let me show you one of these up close so you really realize what you're getting. And then also, I'm offering one for free. We'll take a quick look at that right now. Come here. This is what I'm talking about right here. When I fill out a recipe, when I write one, I always bullet point all of the ingredients, okay? A simple one or a complex one. I, in addition, number the instructions, and often I'll give pictures with it. Now, not all of them are this well done, but this is what I'm going for on every single one from here on out. All of my new recipes you're going to see done this way. And on the end of the recipe, there's always a place for notes for yourself, okay? Right now, go to my website. You're going to get this one right here for free, okay? cinnamon rolls. Enjoy that cinnamon rolls recipe and take a look at the others I have. They're really worth your time.